Formula One fans, old and new, welcome to Finding the Wall, a wholly unserious F1 podcast. I am Jess, a new but extremely enthusiastic Formula One fan.
And I'm Gabe, who thought that McLaren having two British drivers in Hamilton and Button back in 2011 was going to be its renaissance.
Okay.
It wasn't.
It was not.
It was not. Hamilton left shortly after, and then that wasn't very much not McLaren's renaissance.
But didn't Hamilton win one driver championship for them?
2008.
Oh, okay.
9, 8, 10.
We know things. You're
12,
supposed to be the one that knows things
6
about F1.
One.
I'm the newbie.
Yeah, I used to. Yeah.
But now you're old.
But now I'm old. Yeah, if you ask me anything about that, anything that happened just now, I can give you an answer. Anything that happened a week ago, it's shaky. A decade ago didn't exist.
No. A decade ago was the 90s.
Yeah, we're all still living through the financial crash of 2008.
Oh no. When Hamilton won.
Yeah, he won, the world ended, and then we got reborn in Vettel's image.
Oh no. On that note, would you like to yap about Singapore?
Let's yap about Singapore. It's a very easy race to yap throughout.
Yeah, Singapore. So,
how was it for you? Your first one?
It's my first one. I say this for all of them, though, because they're all my first one, because I'm a newer F1 fan. But, I mean, I didn't really know much about Singapore going into it. Mm-hmm. But I was just like, all right. I was mad through most of it.
Again?
Yes.
This is the third race in a row that you're mad.
I was mad for so many different reasons, though.
That's good.
This is the maddest I've been at a boring race. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Yeah, because we had seen boring races before, but they were fine.
They were fine. It was just like, whatever. Yay, I learned something new. Like, this is my first, like, meh. But it's like, it's fucking Singapore. And next year, there's going to be a sprint in Singapore.
I don't get that.
Me either.
I don't,
Why?
You can't overtake.
No.
Why would you have a sprint?
Why?
I know why.
Why?
They paid it. That's money. If you have any weird decision in Formula One, including a lot of the stewarding decisions that you go, what? Money is the answer.
And Singapore has a lot of it.
You have a lot of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
It's pretty, though.
It was beautiful. And it was the first time I watched a night race.
Mm-hmm.
So I think.
Yeah.
I think so.
There haven't been any other night races this year, so.
Oh, okay. Well, then that makes sense. But it was cool watching a night race. It was beautiful. It was really cool seeing like downtown Singapore. Yeah. And I loved watching the wide shots where they would just see the track and everything's dark except like everything is lit up on track and it just looks like daylight on track. Yeah. That was really cool. But then Singapore, the actual race was just like, all right.
Yeah. I don't remember, keeping with the theme of me not remembering anything. I don't remember if it was always this boring or if it is yet another victim of the fucking high downforce cars.
Yeah. The cars being, so wide.
Yeah. And like, not just so wide, but like they can't follow. Right. And so you have this thing where like you need a lot of straights to compensate for how much performance they lose while following someone else through the extremely fast, extremely straight sectors. So all of these circuits just suffer from that alone, let alone size of the cars, blah, 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 blah. But just how dependent they are on aerodynamic pressure makes them very fast. These are some of the great qualifyings that we have ever had.
Yeah. Like the fastest. Everybody's hitting the fastest, but it's just like.
But then the race is it suffers a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if Singapore was always a kind of annoying, boring race, or has it actually really suffered? Don't remember. I don't know.
Speaking of suffering, can I tell you my one sentence?
What is your one sentence summary for this race?
My one sentence summary is basically, and I'm going to say this respectfully.
A lot of respect.
I'm going to try to say it respectfully because it feels kind of mean even saying it. But respectfully, while the race is happening, I do not give a flying fuck about these drivers' families.
Yeah, I this year is making me want to send a suggestion to the FIA and Liberty Media that from now on, only orphans are allowed to race.
So you don't, and no girlfriends.
Celibate orphans is what I want to see in Formula One from now on.
It's gotten egregious, but this race was so egregious. They cut away from actual driving to show, I think, Fernando Alonso's brother and his brother's family. I think it was Fernando Alonso's. I don't know. I'm very happy for these folks for having family members. Good job. Yeah, you have girlfriends. Yeah, you have parents that support you.
Yeah.
Woo, good for you. Show them before the race. Show them after the race.
Yeah.
You don't have to cut to the girlfriends or the parents every 3 laps.
Yeah.
There was so much. The F1 TV director this time.
Yeah, that was a bad broadcast.
This one was so bad. We missed so many things. There were things that I didn't even know happened until after the race.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that Carlos Sainz fought his way back from starting in 19th or something like that, 18th or 19th.
Something.
Because they had the grid penalty because
they were disqualified.
Because the back wing was they did something and they did a bad and then and they were disqualified with qualifying. So they started way in the back.
Yeah.
And Sainz stayed on, what was it, medium tires for 50 laps of the race. So it took a very, very late pit and he fought his way back to 10th.
Mm-hmm. Great race.
Yeah. I didn't see any of it.
No.
I didn't see fucking any of it. Fernando Alonso was overtaking people apparently left and right. I only saw one of those.
Yeah.
And I'm just I don't care about these people's families.
He was on this fucking charge of taking 40 seconds out of Hamilton's time. 3 seconds a lap. And you just don't see any of it.
Yeah.
It was very bad directing.
I was so mad. And because I know there's only a second that they're really cutting away, but doing it every 3 laps or something, I don't care.
Do you know why they do that?
Why?
Money. I have all of your answers. Ask me another question.
But who's paying them though to show the girlfriends? They're just we can't have grid girls anymore, so let's show the girlfriends.
That's one. That's my theory. That's one. I have another one.
It all comes down to sexism.
I have another one that is less sexist, but it is very much old guy or old person.
Equal opportunity curmudgeons at this podcast.
Curmudgeon podcast. I have mentioned to you before that one of the strangest things about Formula One today is that it is way more than it used to be, as is the case with most things nowadays. It's close to personality.
Hold on.
Don't laugh at me being old.
No, it's just everything is way more than it used to be.
It is way more, yeah.
Is my new favorite Gabe quote. Everything is just way more than it used to be.
If I am ever president of the world, my first speech is going to be less. Everything needs to be less more than it used to be. No, but everything is more cult of personality than it used to be.
Yes.
And Formula One it wasn't this bad. It has always been the thing for the rich and wealthy, and there's this adjacent aura of prestige associated with it. But all those people have fucking Instagrams, they're influencers and models and
they
whatever.
all have their own personal photographers that follow them around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So showing Charles Leclerc, she's a favorite of the TV direction, is Leclerc's girlfriend.
And it's always model and actress or something like that,
So showing them, it is a part of showing the driver's private life. And it's showing her, who has a publicist, who has definitely talked to Formula One about hey, she can go to the thing and she has this many followers on whatever. If you show her, that's good marketing for you, because people who know her from being a influencer, model, something, now know about Formula One as well. So all of these they're trading the currency of visibility.
Yeah.
And that fucking sucks. I hate it.
Even I've noticed just from watching older races, I've watched a bunch of races that you've recommended me watch from years past, and it very, very different.
It is dry.
Yeah.
It's fucking dry. I was gonna say that there's no spectacle, but there was spectacle. The race.
The race.
It was a spectacle. Like, you're supposed to just look at that and be like, wow, they're so rich and powerful and cool because they're in their cars. And now it's like, wow, they're so rich and powerful and cool and also get to drive this car sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, I do like some of it.
Sure.
Because, like, I've talked on this podcast about, like, they should do more with the driver's parade. And I haven't actually watched the Drive to Survive. I'm sure that's been a big part of it. Like, people now know these people's private lives. And so many of them, like Carlos Sainz has a YouTube channel where he does, like, behind the scenes and, like, weekly videos. And so many people have, like, their own non-Formula One stream of content. Ugh, I hate to call them content creators. Yeah.
They're all slop grifters.
Oh, no.
They're all slop grifters.
As I'm saying this, I really do feel like an old person. It's fine.
One, we are old.
Yeah, we are.
Two, we are right.
I love being right.
It is great. It happens so infrequently. And I'm right about this. It is, it was bad TV directing, and that's my theory. It is just, it's a marketing ploy, right? It is part sexism, look at the hot girl, but it's part of like, wow, love all of the Sainz, all of the Alonsos. Look at them. It's just, I don't care.
I don't care.
No one cares.
And I mean, we talk about the girlfriends, but they also do the moms.
Yeah.
Like there was one race, like, kind of early on. I was very early into F1 watching, and I was even like, why are they showing their moms every, like, few laps? It's like, what is happening?
Yeah. I will say, all of this being said, for at least a couple of shots, and to steal a quote from the young people, Leclerc's girlfriend was so me. Because she looked as interested in being there as I was interested in her presence.
Yeah.
It's just like, I can't wait to go to a restaurant.
Yeah. She's like, it's hot.
It's hot. It's boring. My boyfriend is hot too, so, like, I guess that makes it worth it. And then we live in Monaco, so, like, also cool. But she was just, I wonder if they know, they're like, the camera person goes, we're going to be online, like, in 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
So that you, like, look up at a lot of them.
They're not going to catch them over, like, on their phones or, like, picking their nose or something.
Yeah.
Because that would be like, oh, no, that's so me.
Yeah. You would be smelling your armpits
like, wow, it's really hot here.
It's really hot in here.
Did I wear my deodorant? Oh, no.
Oh, no, I did not. Jeez. And then you just blame Stroll for everything.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not me, it's Stroll.
It's Stroll. It's Lance Stroll.
No, that was very bad.
Well, what about your one sentence?
My one sentence of this race, it's the game where it's the game where every friendship is made up and the points really matter. That is introducing the theme that I was thinking about. I don't think the McLaren boys liked each other.
Yeah.
There has been a facade for a while. And McLaren,
I disagreed with you.
Sure.
For a while, and I was like, no, they get along. Oscar's just very flat with everything. You can't really tell if he likes something. Or now I'm like, oh, villains.
It's hard even for me, who tries to be extremely skeptic and tired of everything, very jaded. It is very hard to figure out, like, what is analysis and what is reading tea leaves.
Yeah.
Too much, which has a name and I forgot, and I'm very embarrassed. But that, like, the skill of reading tea leaves has a name.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember what it was.
Anyway.
As a witch, I should know that.
I'm even more embarrassed for you.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't know. It's hard to figure out, like, what is proper analysis and what is just let you know into weird drama, like the whole radio thing.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like he was instructed to just get in and turn off he didn't even listen to the message because he turned off the car and then you turn off the radio. And that's when the message was cut. It's like he wasn't hearing Zach Brown.
Oh, you mean the afterwards?
After the race.
there's a viral video going around of Oscar getting out of the car after the race and Zach congratulating him and saying, "We won constructors, good job, like it was a tough race, blah blah blah." And it looks like from the outside, Oscar just like cuts it and just gets out of the car. But it turns out he didn't even hear it at all.
Yeah, and there's that, like, even the fact that you're seeing they don't really have a good way. From my understanding of how the broadcasting happens, they don't really have a good way to match the radio message to the moment, like to the camera time. Like they are on different times. It's all kind of happening separately. And so the editing can put like anything, right?
Yeah.
It is very easy to get when he pulls off the cable and have the message cut there when the message wasn't necessarily cut there.
Right.
Right? Because then the radio cuts off when the car turns off. And he was instructed to get into the parfumé and then like cut off the engine and then cut off the radio. And that's very likely when the message was cut off. So by the time that the message came in, he wasn't listening to it anymore because the car was turned off. And then you have to cut off like the actual radio antenna.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but it's so easy to latch onto that as him just telling Zach Brown and the team to fuck off.
Drama.
Right. And, I try to avoid that. But then clearly he was, the crux of my point is that he was way too mad about something that is not mad worthy.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
He got the thing.
So there's
like,
some underlying resentment that he's just like, more things like, to add. So now he's like,
Lando he crashed into Verstappen. It's not even that he, got smart. Like he actually crashed into Verstappen.
Yep.
And in the process of avoiding the crash.
And he hurt his front wing, which did absolutely nothing to the car.
Nothing. Yeah. Even though he said he did. So there's this like, it's race. It's the most racing incident of every racing incident that has ever happened. And sure, Piastri doesn't know that, right? And then the team comes back and says he needed to avoid Verstappen. And he's still mad. I'm like, that makes no sense anymore.
I mean, they were they seemed to be okay after the race when they were taking all the photos. Like, well,
not all of them.
Not all of them. That's another.
That's one that I'm actually curious about. Why is it that he wasn't there?
So I have a little thing about this. I did hear something today, but this kind of goes into some.
So to be clear, this is the one where a bunch of the initial celebratory pictures with the whole team. Yeah. Piastri isn't in it.
Piastri isn't in
the podium.
Yeah, because it was the podium where they were getting the trophy. Yeah. And, but this kind of leads into what I learned. Like we can go into to what we learned because it's kind of a natural segue actually. Because there's some kind of boring things that I learned about like LICO. I learned what lift and coast was because like every single 2 seconds you heard about LICO, which we can talk about that in a second. But what I really, really learned in this race, the thing that's more important is that McLaren, my team, the team that I really, really do genuinely like, and I'm so glad that they won the constructors. McLaren can eat my whole ass.
The entirety of it.
They can eat my entire ass right now.
Zach Brown.
This is what I learned. This is what I learned. And it's not even because, and I have to say, I'm going to say this once, and you're not going to hear it again.
Ever.
For a while.
Okay.
Gabriel, you were right.
I am always right.
You were not.
Okay, I'm occasionally right.
You were not always right, but I'm going to say that you were right.
Thank you.
Because you did say early on that, the teams are terrible. And you shouldn't like put a team up on a pedestal because they will disappoint you. And I'm like, yeah, because I think I've hit that sort of like disappointment with McLaren. Just these whole... And it's not even because of that they are treating Lando better than Oscar or whatever. It's like the whole papaya rules thing is just bullshit. It's just bullshit. And you shouldn't have it. And trying to treat two drivers and have them on the exact same level and try to be fair about everything just makes everything boring and stupid. And I'm just like, McLaren, you can eat my whole ass, because like you can't do that. One of them is 22 points. Well, now 22 points ahead of the other one. Like you can't just keep everything at like the level playing field, because you're going to end up pissing both of them off and all the fans.
Yeah.
And that's where I am right now.
Yeah, it is. I think it is both laudable and probably unavoidable that you would eventually paint yourself into a corner.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because by advocating against their notion of papaya rules, who have been like an attempt at fairness.
Yeah.
Right? You're essentially, by extension, defending it like, let them fucking eat each other. Which is also weird. But it's like, it is harder to defend. It is harder to defend let them eat each other than it is to defend don't have papaya rules, even though the consequences of not having papaya rules is that they like one of them is going to eventually be happy.
Yeah.
Or happier.
Well, like it feels like, think about Red Bull. You've got Max Verstappen and you have Yuki Tsunoda. Everyone there, everyone in the world knows that Max Verstappen is the lead driver.
Yes.
If it comes down to them having to choose between Max getting something or Yuki getting something, Max is going to get it.
Yeah.
As he should.
Yes.
Because he's a fucking shark and he's like a fantastic driver and 4-time world champion and will put it, whatever he's getting, he's going to put it to good use because he's going to try to use it to win. Having this whole like chicken shit, no, we don't have any like lead drivers. It doesn't make sense to me anymore, because I feel like if they had just backed Oscar from the very early on, or just backed Lando from very early on and said like, you know, Oscar and Lando's been doing this for a very long time. He has a shot. Like, we're going to be putting our resources into trying to make him champion. Yeah, that sucks for Oscar, because Oscar's also a really good, but it's almost like, yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah. Yeah. Interestingly, I think, not having been there in any of the meetings.
Yeah, of course not. Me either.
But I think there's this the example that you gave of Verstappen and anyone else, like
yeah, anybody.
Traditionally, you've always known who is the driver number one.
Yeah.
Because traditionally, they're unevenly matched, right?
I mean, even when you had Hamilton and Russell's an incredible driver.
Yeah, but just
it's Hamilton.
Yeah,
like Hamilton.
Traditionally, it is very easy to know who is driver number one. And even on the team that goes like, oh, they're pretty evenly matched, one of them by will, by skill, or by shenanigans. Will, like, they will vie for the number one seat. If you have two evenly matched drivers, you have this like, I wonder who's going to become number one.
Yeah.
Right. So there's this expectation that you can't have two number one drivers.
And I feel like right now, I mean, I'm an Oscar fan.
Sure.
And I want him to win the championship. I respect what Lando did. I don't think Lando did anything wrong.
No. The most racing incident that has ever race incident did it.
I don't think he did anything wrong. No. I think Lando like went for the gap. He even said that like afterwards. He was like, there was a gap there. You know, any racing driver who's an actual racing driver would do what I did. And I don't think that Oscar was wrong to complain about it. No. Whatever. I mean, they're going to complain. No. I bought pearls. I actually have like these pearls to clutch every time the drivers are just like, he did this thing.
Oh my God.
I would never do that. Of course he's going to complain about it, but then he just kind of kept complaining about it. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of the tone and how long it lasts, right? Yeah. And it's just like, and so to kind of wrap my previous point, it's like, they are very evenly matched in terms of skill. I don't think either of them is better than the other. They're the same driver. Not in style, but like in where they are in their skill level, etc. So you have this thing where, how do you pick? And both of them have displayed the same, incentivized by the team, but they have both displayed the same overly cautious I don't want to step on anyone's toes, like as if both of them feel like they owe McLaren, which to a certain degree, because McLaren is probably a better car than their drivers.
Even though they're very good drivers. Yeah,
even though they're very good drivers.
I feel like put Max in that car.
Yes. And then you have a 24 win rate season, right?
But Lando's finally being like, I want to go for the championship. And I respect that.
Yeah, but it also it's this race because he has been kind of accepting things for the last two, right? So it's, and now it's now Piastri's turn to be like, I don't know, this is so unfair to me, and then he just sits there 4 seconds behind.
Yeah,
and just like,
and then he had the bad pit stop. So
because the thing is, sure, there's pace, and maybe he just didn't have the car, and et cetera, et cetera. But then the team starts going into offering strategy options, and it just goes, I don't know, I don't care.
Yeah.
And again, it is very important to me to not read a pattern into an event. This has been one race, and maybe he just really knew that like there's nothing that can be done, and you just pout for that one. That has happened to everyone, including Verstappen. Verstappen has sat down in 5th place in many races and be like, do you want to try this? Like, I don't give a shit. The car is horrible. And then he just finishes 5th and doesn't talk to anyone, goes home, right?
Yeah.
So it's, I don't want to be like, this is who Piastri is as a person because of this one race.
Yeah.
It is just, ultimately what you have is a situation where the team wins a championship. Neither driver is happy. Lando is happier. It's not happy. Piastri is just not happy. Not happy at all. And then one of them is going to be champion. And then the team is not going to be fully happy because then you can't fully commit because it hasn't been this like, so here's the thing, Lando, Oscar has done this and this and this. We're going to back him up.
Yeah.
And I understand that to a degree, like they have never had a big enough gap that you as a team can be confident and be like, buddy, this is it. That was it. You had your shot. We're 10 races in. This is him for the end. Because that's, when you have the number 1 and number 2 driver, that's what lets the number 2 driver be like, I guess he won the title.
I feel like, though, if it had been the other way around and Lando was, 36 points ahead of Oscar at one point, which is what Oscar was before Lando started, like, pulling it back and Oscar DNF'd. I feel like it would have been easier for them to tell Oscar to be like, look, he's 30-something points.
Maybe.
Because Lando's been there for 7 years.
Yes.
He interned there before he was driving there. They love him.
Yeah.
And Oscar's only been there for 3. And I feel like if they had done that and said, well, you're 30-something behind, people would have understood that too.
Yeah.
And it's been like, he's the number 1. We're getting on in the season. He's number 1 driver now. We're going to try to have, I'm glad that like Oscar is winning because I do really like Oscar over Lando.
Yeah.
But
I mostly agree with that. Just want to, with a caveat that I'm not a subscriber to the Lando is the favorite.
I don't think I am either. I think they're just trying to play both sides and then pissing everybody off.
Yeah, and even though it does seem now that like Piastri just seems disconnected from the team.
Yeah.
The way that everything happened this weekend, right? The way that he was talking to the pit wall, how he felt about the decision, his absence in the pictures.
Okay, so I hinted about it before. I do have something that I heard about that today. So, the podium photos because there's a terrible photo where Oscar's like in the pin about to give an interview, and behind him on the teleprompter, on the big televisions behind them is all of the McLaren folks on the podium, like celebrating and champagne everywhere and all this stuff. And he just kind of looks at it, and then he like turns around and puts his back to it and like puts his hand on his face. So that could be because it was fucking hot, but it was bad optics.
Yes.
But what I heard from that, as Lando was up on that podium, is that Oscar wasn't there. He was still in the pin, about to give his after race commentary. Lando actually wasn't supposed to be in that photo either. So they actually weren't planning on having either driver in those photos. They were up after the podium ceremony because that's when they were going to do it. Like they don't have a huge amount of time to do that.
Yeah.
And so the podium, actual first, second, third, which Lando was third, that ended and they were doing the championship. It just happened that Lando was still up there and they pulled him into the photo because he happened to be up there.
Yeah.
They didn't plan on him actually being in the photos.
Yeah.
Now, do I think it sucks?
Yeah.
Yes. Because this is where I was like, okay, they can lick my ass because this is when I actually did feel for Oscar because it's like he just had this terrible race, even though he came in fourth. He is pissed. His teammate ran into him. Whether it's true or not, he thinks that the pit wall is favoring one driver over another, even though he's leading and has been since like the fifth or sixth race. And they're celebrating on the podium this thing that he helped them give with this other driver, and he's not up there.
Yeah.
The optics are terrible.
Yes.
I don't care what actually happened. It sucks that they didn't say, let's get Oscar up here or let's wait.
Yeah, I agree. But whenever I started hearing like this whole thing about him not being on the podium, the first question that came to me was, did he want to be there? Like, did someone from McLaren go like, hey, let's go upstairs because the team's up there? And it's like, no, I'm going to give him an interview.
From the stuff that I heard today, I don't think so. I just think it was that like Lando wasn't supposed to be up there.
Yeah, like anymore. I don't know if I'm right, but it's just, that is the kind of thing that makes me very wary of just making a statement about like McLaren didn't want, because did he make any effort?
Yeah, I don't know.
To go up there? Like, did he want to be there? Because it would not have been unheard of a driver just like, you fucking go on and I'm going to go there, So I'm not saying that that's what happened, but it is the possibility of that happening that just makes me very wary of the notion of casting an aspersion of like what happened, how the team.
We don't know.
We don't know. And it just more evidence just points like he's not happy with the team.
Yep.
The team is dealing with an unhappy driver like they dealt with Lando some races ago. But ultimately, it all comes down to like they have been trying to keep everyone happy and trying to make them feel as if they are being fair to the both of them. And you're going into this disappearing wedge, as Brundle likes to say, right? And like I don't know if it works. Maybe it doesn't.
I don't think it does.
Even if you have these two very chill, very tame drivers, young, respecting the team, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe it's just it can't work. I don't know. It was going fine, and then
everything goes fine until it doesn't. But what about? We've been going on about mine. Like, what did you learn this race?
The thing that I learned was I think McLaren drivers already hated each other.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That was from Piastri's reaction to what happened during the race, which is somewhat excusable because the team goes like, no, he needed to avoid Verstappen. And you still have these like, did he? I don't think he did. But then later, if you look at the footage once, you go, fuck yeah. There's nothing.
Plus, I don't know. We've been wanting them to get their elbows out.
Yeah.
For the entire season.
Yeah, but Lando, like the elbow out was, overtaking him at the start. That I think is an elbows out kind of situation. But it wasn't even like he didn't push Piastri off. Like it wasn't even very, very aggressive. It's, to me at least, it's the bump that made Piastri mad, which is completely understandable. But it's also something that if you look at the footage once, that's a racing incident bump.
I'm clutching my pearls. I'm clutching my pearls right here. That they all do it.
And how much he doubled down on that to the point of fighting the team, right? And multiple times going like, if you think that's fair, then I guess this is it. Then making these veiled threats. I think that was just resentment between the two of them that had been festering, and now it's out in the open with pus.
I feel like I feel like Piastri And I understand it because I can get this way too. When he gets kind of pissed off, it takes him a minute to get over it. And that's all he can think about while he is pissed off.
Sure.
But when you're in the middle of a race, it's a little hard to...
Yeah.
If you're dwelling. He
race,
dwells a little bit.
He did. During the race, like I said, during the race is understandable if you're mad. But I think you just have to look at the footage once.
Yeah.
But Piastri's cool, calm, collected image, it's almost as if they're full human beings.
Yeah.
That are not one single thing. Have you thought about that?
They contain multitudes.
Yeah. And all of the multitudes a bitch.
Perfect. Perfect segue.
Perfect segue.
Into the one thing that matters here is our Finding the Wall Championship.
Yeah, maybe Piastri's going to get a lot of trophies right now.
He might.
And then just have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Good for him.
Good for him. Well, anger management is our first championship. So, who gets your anger management?
It is one Lance Strulovich. Also known as Lance Stroll. On lap 54, getting some pep talk from the pit wall about catching Bortoleto. And getting like, Bortoleto is ahead of you on 30 lap old tires. And he
oh yeah. I forgot about that.
With the chill reserved to feral cats. Just replies, yeah, my mediums feel like 100 lap old.
He's such a dick. He's such a dick. This race had some great comms.
Yes.
It had some great comms.
Thank you to all the drivers for making up for your driving.
Yeah. It was a boring ass race.
Yeah.
But the comms were pretty good. Yeah, that was good.
It is him just replying, my mediums feel 100 years old. 100 lap old. Which is a very Verstappen message you just send back.
Yeah, like his shifter from 1974. Yeah.
So that gets my anger management.
Nice.
How about you?
Well, mine is my boy Oscar. We've been talking about it the whole time. His new name is Oscar Piangry. So Lewis Hamilton apparently gave him some advice.
Oh, really?
After the race.
What happened?
Yeah.
Wow. Did they have tea?
I don't know if they had tea.
And Marmite?
But they gave him some advice. He gave him some advice after the race. Lewis Hamilton said, no more giving back positions.
I mean, yeah.
No more giving back positions. No. And somebody asked Oscar about it, and Oscar said that he took it. He's like, I'm taking his advice.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah. So yeah, he was Oscar Piangry for most of the race.
Okay, but did you have a specific message, or just he needed to manage his anger?
Well, this is not a specific.
He was the angriest person.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah,
he's still angry. Probably. Yeah.
And I'm happy about that because I have to assume that I don't know if Lando and Verstappen are still close friends as they kind of once were.
I don't know, man. There was some tensions.
But I have to assume that multiple times over the years, especially this year, Verstappen was like, "Don't give the fucking position back."
Yeah, especially after that whole they swap positions back, and he's like,
"Yeah,
because he had a bad pit."
Yeah. If they're still on streaming terms, I have to assume that Verstappen has multiple times just said, "Don't fucking give the position back." You crazy?
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why would you do this? Yeah. A winner doesn't do this.
No. Everybody else eats your shorts. So it's good that I hope that this is what happens.
Me too. I hope it makes him. I hope he puts his elbows out a little bit more.
You can't have two number one drivers. That seems to be the lesson. Or maybe this organization with these two drivers that said you can't have two number ones. So they have to figure out who the number one is going to be, and it's a death match. Legitimately in this case, it's pretty much a death match because they are very evenly matched as drivers. So none of them is going to topple the other on as a favorite child on skill.
Yeah.
So it has to be just the force of will. Right. And the other one, therefore, because they can't be second driver to a driver of similar skill level, another team.
Yeah. People are already saying that.
Yeah, which is the thing of,
But Piastri just signed a new contract this year until 2028.
Sure,
There's no use in thinking about that.
Yeah, no one has ever broken a contract in Formula One. That has never happened. The thing is, like, I'm guessing the McLaren always really wanted just like, oh, I have 2 8.5 drivers. That's awesome. If I can keep them both, this is great for me.
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
who's your most cursed this week?
McLaren.
Just in general.
Just in general.
Nice.
I thought about like who's going to be my driver.
They need another trophy for something, so.
Yeah. No, they're the most cursed. They were being, I think, the general perception for the first half of the year was like, man, I think they're really making this work. And ever since the summer break has not really worked all that well.
I feel like they finally got to the point where the 2 drivers are thinking to themselves, one of us is going to lose.
Yeah.
We're getting close to it. So one of us is not going to win driver champion. So. Yeah.
So and every race has given them something. Yeah. Right? Every race, something happens that really stresses and strains the papaya rules. Whether
and I feel like they're
or not.
both, we've talked about this before, they're both desperate to do it this year because we don't know what's going to happen next year with all the changes and the different cars and like everything changing. Like McLaren could be shit next year because they're not going to, this isn't going to be the car that they are driving next year. So they know that we need to win it this year because 2026 is going to be wild. Yes. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. That's mine. What about you?
My most cursed is one Sir Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah? What happened?
Because, at the very last lap and a half to go and his brakes are just gone.
Fuck yeah, that was annoying.
He was doing quite well. He was in that pack that was 48 seconds ahead of the midfielders. Yeah. And he had just gotten new tires or pretty late because he did 2 stops. He was like one of the only people he stopped for softs, and he had just passed Leclerc. Like they switched because he was going to go after Kimi in 4th. So he was like,
and he was,
he absolutely was. And then his fucking brakes just burst on fire, and then he just starts losing time, losing seconds, losing time, and another thing that we didn't get to see because they didn't show it. So Lewis Hamilton is trying to go the very last lap. He didn't want to retire the car because he wanted to finish on no brakes. And so he's cutting every chicane. So he knew he was going to be getting the 5-second penalty. Like he knew it was going to happen. Yeah. There was no way that wouldn't happen, but he had to cut all of the corners so that he wouldn't, hit a wall. And turns out by the end, when he lost his brakes, he was 49 seconds in front of Fernando Alonso. Yeah. And then by the end, like Fernando was right there on him. And he lost 40 something seconds in one lap.
Fernando was taking wild. 3 seconds a lap, if I remember correctly.
It was so wild.
He couldn't brake.
He couldn't brake. Yeah.
So it's a lot of lifting coast. It's a lot of lifting coast. That's a terrifying way to end a race, especially one that was going well.
And he could you imagine just being like, I have no brakes. I have no brakes.
Yeah, it's not like there's a lot of walls everywhere and long straights.
Yeah. So it's Lewis Hamilton. I feel really, really bad for him. Like he limped across that finish line and he got the 5-second penalty. He finished in front of Alonso, but with the 5-second penalty, he ended up being dropping a place.
But laudable effort.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, but did you hear Fernando Alonso? They didn't show it, but after the race, he was just cursing. Like all he was doing was, I cannot fucking believe it. I cannot fucking believe it. I cannot fucking believe that guy. I cannot fucking believe it. Like he just kept saying, I cannot fucking believe it, because they told him that he had no brakes, and they was like, then you retire the car. I cannot fucking believe it. Like it's Lewis Hamilton.
Fernando was peppy. Oh, this race.
He was spicy. He was definitely spicy.
So speaking of spicy.
Speaking of spicy, what about Cuntiest comms?
Well, that is Alonso.
Yeah, me too.
Oh God.
I think we have the same one. I'm
Probably.
guessing.
He had a lot of very good ones, but 39 laps to go. And the answer is, if you speak to me every lap, I'm disconnecting the radio.
It was so good.
Yeah, that's
it was
spectacular.
so good.
If you speak to me every lap, I'm disconnecting the radio.
I love that man.
Hero of race.
Hero of race.
The goddamn hero of race.
Hero of race. So I still don't get, because that whole hero of race thing was hilarious. Was he talking about Hadjar? Like, because he was having kind of a battle with Hadjar. And they actually showed that mostly. That was earlier on. They actually showed that. So he kind of went back and forth with Hadjar. And he ended up ahead of Hadjar by the end. But he was just like, hero of race, hero of race. Was he talking about Hadjar trying to like battle with him even though Hadjar's car was messed up? Like his engine was having problems?
I legitimately don't know.
Or was he talking about he's a hero of race because he made it past Hadjar?
I want to believe that he was talking about himself.
Yeah.
He was
hero of race.
From all of the other messages, he seemed to be having a good time himself and just being like, hey, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I'm having fun, and if I'm having fun, I'm the hero of race.
It doesn't matter.
The hero of race.
If we're winning, I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
Hero of race.
God, yeah. I think it's time for him to retire. I will miss him.
I will miss him too.
I'm gonna miss him.
I will very much miss him. I think he and Stroll should both retire.
Yeah.
Fisherman.
And then Aston Martin hires both Piastri and Norris.
Oh, God. Well, what about best overtake?
Slim pickings.
Yeah.
But there was Behrman and Albon.
Yeah.
On lap 29.
Yeah.
That was brave.
Yeah, it was
I liked him. And it was only shown a split second. There were no replays of it.
No, they didn't.
And at all.
And of course, the other one was clutching those pearls at like the...
Yeah.
At the... I think it was Albon.
Mm-hmm.
That was just like, what is this guy doing?
I would never.
I would never.
I would never do an overtake like this that would risk the other driver. You know? But that was a good overtake.
Mine was Alonso on Hadjar.
Oh, that was also
just because they just kept going back and forth. Well, that was quite fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to me how sometimes two cars will allow that to happen. Even on the track that is just...
Yeah.
Because you had the thing of like, I do think the McLaren, at least Lando, had more pace than both Verstappen and Russell.
Yeah.
I think he had the pace, didn't have the delta to actually do the overtake. But if he had been overhead, he would just like, if Lando gets, first place at the end of the first lap, I think he wins by like 6 seconds. The car had come in, pretty nicely, but that doesn't mean it can overtake. And then sometimes the two cars can actually battle like fiercely for multiple corners, and that's cool.
Yeah, so, that was very cool.
That was a cool overtake.
There could have been a whole bunch of overtakes. Who knows what Sainz did? Because we didn't see any of it. Because he came back from 19th to end up in 10th. And he took that pit so late. Yeah. I bet he was passing people left and right, but they didn't show fucking any of it.
But then we'll never know if it was a bunch of DRS overtakes into turn one.
Maybe.
We just don't know.
Sparkle's power, activate.
Anyway.
So our very last one.
The most important one.
Best wall found.
Mm-hmm.
Which there weren't actual walls found.
No, again, this grid is really good.
I could not believe that there weren't walls found.
This grid is really good. Even though, as I said during the race to you, the moment that it was clear that Norris probably couldn't actually overtake Verstappen and then overtake Russell. I am 100% sure that Flavio Briatore was texting Zach Brown like, I know exactly what needs to happen. Text me back. We'll meet.
Let's talk.
We'll meet behind the ramen place over there. Real quick, 5 seconds. And I'll tell you exactly what you need to do.
He sent it on Signal.
Yeah. Deleting an hour situations. Like, I know exactly what you need to do. and this race is in the bag. If you have it in you, this race is in the bag. But then Zach Brown probably, I don't know, didn't want to do it or didn't see the message.
Yeah.
Something. But I was torn between two, the classic being Lando and Piastri was the wall.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think it is the Papaya Rules wall.
I said the same
Really?
thing. Yeah. Oh my God. I said that Oscar hit the wall of fuck Papaya Rules.
Yeah, the Papaya Rules hit the wall of hit their limit.
Yep.
The walls of applicability.
Good.
So we need to see if the two drivers, especially Piastri, who's angrier, are going to get a paddling on the flight back to the United States so that they fall in line.
We'll
or
see.
the team's just like, you know what, buddies? Kill each other.
They definitely, they took Oscar back to the garage when he got out of the car right after he weighed in before he went to any sort of media. So his manager was there.
Yeah.
So they chatted.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they were just like, don't you do it. Don't you do it. We will talk about this later. We will talk about this. I will turn this championship around.
God, I
go home.
hope that in the off season they have a couples therapist with Zach Brown and the two drivers. That would be so funny. There's
got to be a parody out there of it already, I'm sure. But yeah, that was mine too.
Yeah.
Papaya Rules.
Sometimes that's what it is.
Sometimes.
And that brings us to the end.
Yeah.
A lot of winners, a lot of losers.
I'm getting jaded with our good friends in McLaren.
Oh.
I love McLaren still. It's my team. But I know you're of the mind of like, I hope they both crash.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're Chaos Gremlin. I haven't gotten there yet where I hope that they crash into each other.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, ugh.
My Chaos Gremlinness is one, I don't want, as I've said before, I don't want this championship to be decided early.
Yeah.
Because it's nicer when it doesn't. And it goes down to the last race. And two, for a race that is boring, like this one was, like, it's either rain or safety car. And there was not going to be any rain. So I'm like, I was down for
safety car would have been wild.
Would have been crazy. So I'm down 100% for a, Verstappen crashing into Russell. Added with the drama because they have a history and etc. But it's just like, make a thing happen. I want a thing to happen.
Do something.
Do something.
But you know what our listeners can do?
What can they do?
They can listen to my other podcast.
Which one is it?
It's called Stupid Little Games.
Whoa.
Because in my day job, I work in video games. And I have a video game podcast called Stupid Little Games where we talk about all things gaming from the inside out. So each week, I sit down with various insiders from the game industry, and we talk about the current gaming obsessions, tell stories from projects past and present if we can talk about it. And then we play a stupid little game that I write for each guest. So search for Stupid Little Games wherever you get your podcast. And it's part of this Stupid Little Podcast network.
And you're going to find it. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun time. It's a good time. And we're about to come back from hiatus, so yay. Our listeners can also like and subscribe.
They should, not only can.
They can and should.
Yeah.
And will. If you like this podcast, please subscribe on your favorite podcast app. And a review goes a really, really long way. It really does. It helps us get into that pesky little algorithm so other F1 fans can listen to us. And you can follow me on Blue Sky. I'm caketease.bsky.social. And you can't follow Gabe.
No, if you follow me, I'm going to set your brakes on fire. And right at the end of your day.
Right at the end.
Even especially if you're having a good day and you're like, I'm going to go follow Gabe. I'm going to set your brakes on fire.
And you're going to have to go 120 miles per hour all the way home instead of 170
going to lift a lot.
miles per hour
and then coast.
all the way home.
And then you accelerate again, and then lift, and then you coast.
And then you coast.
It's going to be really boring on the way home. You might even like tap your garage door. Because I don't want anything bad to happen.
And then your neighbors are going to be like, I can't fucking believe it.
Yeah.
I can't fucking believe it.
Yeah.
That guy.
So I don't want anything bad to happen, but like minor property damage, I'm okay
I'm
with.
always up for property damage.
Yeah, especially if it's not my property.
Yeah, of
This
course.
is great. This is the best kind of property damage. Speaking of best.
Ooh.
We're going to talk about us now.
Yay.
Yeah. This podcast is part of the Stupid Little Podcast Network. It is hosted and edited by Gabe Koski and Jess Perdue.
That's us.
That is us. That was me first. You second.
I don't like that.
That's what the papaya rules say. And that's what they will say forever.
I hate you so much. Okay.
But who knows who? Do you know who is entirely immune to papaya rules?
Who?
The inimitable Baird Russell, who composed the theme music. We thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next round, Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
CotA.
CotA. Circuit of the Americas.